We know a lot about early life on Earth, from the age of dinosaurs to the dawn of humans and beyond. But with new species being discovered every year, it's clear there's still more to learn. Today, we're exploring some of the lesser-known recent discoveries. From giant sea scorpions to an ancient creature found still alive, here are 15 prehistoric creatures recently discovered. Number 15. Giant sea scorpion. Forget the megalodon or any other big underwater predator. Here we have a real-life predator that you've never even heard of. The giant sea scorpion is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, only there's a twist. This scorpion was one of the most notable predators during the early Paleozoic period. At 467 million years old, the giant sea scorpion is the oldest discovered eurypterid in the world. Eurypterids are a group of aquatic arthropods. Spiders, lobsters, and ticks are just a handful of their modern-day descendants. The Pentacopterus, as it's also known, could grow up to 6 feet in length and is generally thought to have been one of the most important predators of the era. And even though these formidable beasts could not stray far from the water's edge, it wasn't until 2010 that the fossils were discovered hiding in a meteorite crater in Iowa. Imagine that, a meteorite hits Earth and unveils an all-new animal. Large predators like the giant sea scorpion were obviously plentiful during the dinosaur era, but this one is obviously a notable creature in our world. From this came spiders, lobsters, and a whole host of other animals. Can't say I'm thrilled about all that, but I respect the evolutionary generosity. Number 14. The coelacanth. It's a weird situation to be in. A woman rummaging through a waste pile of fish discovers a whole new species, and nobody pays attention to her, presumably because she was rummaging around in a pile of fish. If I had to guess, that woman was Marjorie Courtney Latimer, a museum curator who was just doing her business in 1938 South Africa. Her job required that she look at the catches caught by local fishermen for anything out of the ordinary, and she did. The creature was a pale mauvey blue with faint flecks of white spots, hard scales, for strange fins, and a bizarre puppy dog-esque tail. After some in-depth research, Latimer discovered that the animal was a true coelacanth, an incredible find. The coelacanth was believed to be extinct for around 66 million years, but Latimer inadvertently discovered that not only had the creature survived, but it had also evolved. Latimer's discovery was a groundbreaking find for all fish enthusiasts. It was heralded as a fossil come back to life, and the 2 living species of coelacanth have their genus named after their finder, Latimeria. Turns out, digging through the trash can be quite profitable. Number 13. Hula-painted frog. Is this not one of the coolest sounding animals you've ever heard of? It's like you hear the name, and you're imagining some painted frog doing hula dancing on the beaches of Hawaii. Well, man, do I have some bad news for you. This frog is sadly not a hula dancer whatsoever. In fact, its name comes from its original location. In the early 1940s, experts discovered 2 adults and 2 tadpoles in a freshwater habitat in Israel's Lake Hula. By 1955, however, the draining of Lake Hula had made life incredibly difficult for the species. Only one was sighted during this 8-year drainage, the last confirmed sighting for decades. In 1996, the IUCN declared the frog extinct, the first amphibian to be named so. It was presumed that when Lake Hula turned into the Hula Valley, the animal could not adapt and died out. That's not what happened. In 2011, the animal was sighted for the first time in decades, proving once and for all that the animal never actually went extinct. If anything, it just went into hiding. Now we just have to hope they don't want revenge. Number 12. Palau cave eel. When an animal is described as a living fossil, you just know it's going to be something bizarre. These are animals that have somehow avoided evolution in any significant way, retaining their primitive features. The Palau cave eel most definitely fits the bill. In 2009, a Japanese research diver named Jiro Sakao discovered the first specimen in a cave near the Republic of Palau. The creature became the focus of extensive research, including DNA analysis, which ultimately concluded that the genus and species belonged to a new family of eels. Unlike just about every eel in existence, the protoanguillity, they obviously named it with voice artists in mind, were found to have fully developed a set of tooth gill rakers, or if you don't speak Victorian English, their bones designed to help retain food. The specimens in question were widely variable in size, ranging from 1.7 inches to 7 inches. Scientists dated the animal back some 200 million years, which, coupled with the eel's primitive features, led to it being called a living fossil. And that's definitely not an inaccurate name for this animal. Number 11. Megatherium. It may sound like some kind of chemical element or science fiction movie, but the Megatherium was actually an enormous ground sloth. And during the late 1700s and early 1800s, it was one of the most famous extinct animals in the world. In 1788, Manuel Torres discovered an almost entirely intact skeleton of an animal on the banks of the River Luján in Buenos Aires. They're bigger and more impressive to chase off a predator. A year later, it was assembled in Madrid's Cabinet of Natural History, where French anatomist Georges Cuvier determined what exactly this animal could be. There, it was named Megatherium americanum, an extinct creature similar to your average sloth. However, Cuvier did not believe in evolution and, as such, refused to entertain the idea that the two animals could be related. As far as he was concerned, they just looked vaguely alike. The Megatherium was, at one point in history, the most famous extinct animal in the world. The story caught the imagination of the public in a way that is commonplace in our modern culture. However, today, very few people have ever heard of this incredible animal. When we get to the eventual Megatherium movie, maybe we'll see that change, but only if it stars Keanu Reeves, obviously. Number 10. Thalatorkarkan. As if that name is not hard enough to pronounce, I feel we have to share the full name, the Thalatorkarkan saurophagus. In case you're curious, that roughly translates to lizard-eating sovereign of the sea, which is delightful. These are the biggest complete Temnodontosaurus fossils ever found. The creature itself, however, less delightful. The Thalatorkarkan was a prehistoric sea monster that measured at least 28 feet long and existed 244 million years ago. Experts say that this beast was part of a group of reptiles named ichthyosaurs, creatures that would roam the oceans throughout the dinosaur era. Its massive, blade-like teeth were perfectly designed to slice through flesh and bone, making it a top predator in its ecosystem. Paleontologists believe that the Thalatorkarkan's ability to hunt prey, its own size, marked a significant evolutionary step in marine ecosystems, as it introduced a new level of competition among ocean predators. The fossil's discovery in Nevada, a region that was once covered by a vast ocean, has provided valuable insights into the marine life of the Triassic period. Researchers have noted that the Thalatorkarkan's streamlined body and powerful tail would have made it an incredibly fast swimmer, capable of chasing down even the most agile prey. Its dominance in the ocean likely played a key role in shaping the food chain, forcing other marine creatures to adapt or face extinction. The discovery has also sparked debates about how ichthyosaurs evolved so quickly after the Permian-Triassic extinction, one of the most devastating mass extinction events in Earth's history. This creature's existence highlights the rapid recovery and diversification of life in the oceans following that catastrophic event. In 2013, archaeologists in Nevada uncovered a Thalatorkarkan fossil that was incredibly well preserved for its size. Further study confirmed that this animal was the first ocean predator that evolved to eat prey its own size, which is kind of an incredible claim to fame in the dinosaur era. Of course, we should be thankful that this animal is no longer alive to terrorize our oceans. After all, most of us are already too shaken by Jaws to go near the beach. Imagine just how frightening it would be to have this thing swimming around in the deep. Now it's time for today's topic. In a groundbreaking discovery, Australian biologists have identified what they believe to be a new prehistoric species that has remained hidden from humanity for millions of years. The creature, found in a remote freshwater swamp in Queensland, was initially mistaken for a bizarre amphibian. However, closer examination revealed features unlike any known species. The specimen, nicknamed shadowfin, has a sleek, reptilian body with elongated limbs and a distinctive, fin-like structure on its back. Its most striking feature is its triangular, almost alien-like head, with sharp ridges and glowing red eyes. DNA analysis suggests that this creature is a distant relative of ancient amphibians and reptiles, dating back to the late Triassic period. What's more astonishing is that it appears to have survived in isolation, adapting to its environment over millions of years. Scientists are baffled by how such a species could remain undiscovered for so long. Some speculate that its habitat, deep within the untouched swamps of Australia, provided the perfect refuge from predators and human interference. The discovery has sparked excitement and debate in the scientific community, with many calling it one of the most significant finds of the century. Could there be more prehistoric creatures hiding in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered? Number 9. Pygmy right whale. I've said it before, and I'll repeat it. The word pygmy almost always means the animal is going to be completely adorable. And that's science, so you kind of know what the pygmy right whale is going to be cute, right? Let's find out. Okay, so it's not a tiny, adorable little thing, but they are kind of cute. In reality, the pygmy right whale is one of the least known whales anywhere in the world. It's mostly known to scientists because of the many dead specimens that have been examined in postmortem autopsies, which kind of says it all. This is not an animal that likes to openly roam the sea. They're private white creatures that can be seen all over the southern hemisphere, assuming that they're in the mood to be seen, which isn't all that often. Scientists believe that pygmy right whales are deep-diving creatures, spending most of their time in the open ocean far from human activity. Their elusive nature has made it difficult to study their behavior, diet, and social structures, leaving many questions unanswered. What little is known suggests that they feed primarily on plankton and small crustaceans, using their baleen plates to filter food from the water. Unlike other right whales, Pygmy right whales are smaller and more streamlined, which may help them navigate the deep, open waters of the southern hemisphere. Their unique skeletal structure, particularly their arched ribs, has fascinated researchers and sparked debates about their evolutionary history. Some scientists even believe that pygmy right whales may be the last surviving members of an ancient lineage of whales that were thought to be extinct. Despite their size, they are rarely spotted, and most of what we know comes from stranded individuals or accidental captures in fishing nets. Pygmy right whales generally grow to around 19.5 feet long, which is pretty big but not as big as some whales. Of course, none of this is particularly helpful because the likelihood of you seeing one in the wild is, well, remote to put it lightly. Just draw a picture, that's close enough. Number 8. The Latosaur. Technically speaking, this dinosaur's real name is the Gunnicodite josie, but I think we've established how hard these names are. Have some respect for your friendly neighborhood voiceover artist. Come on. The Thalattosaur was a marine reptile that lived on Earth over 200 million years ago, and this particular species, the Gunnicodite, is the most complete fossil ever found in North America. And when it was discovered in the wild, that was 2020, found in Oregon, and this particular animal, the find proved to be so influential that it granted paleontologists new insights into the family tree of this dinosaur. The fossil was found in rocks, hidden in a typically underwater area of southeast Alaska. The discovery revealed that the Gunnicodite was a highly specialized marine reptile, with a streamlined body and paddle-like limbs that made it an excellent swimmer. Its long, slender snout was filled with sharp teeth, suggesting that it primarily fed on fish and other small marine creatures. Paleontologists were particularly excited to find that the fossil was nearly 70% complete, a rarity in marine reptile discoveries. This allowed researchers to study its anatomy in detail, providing clues about how thalattosaurs adapted to life in the water. The Gunnicodite's unique features have helped scientists better understand the evolutionary relationships between thalattosaurs and other marine reptiles of the Triassic period. The fossil's excellent preservation also revealed evidence of soft tissue impressions, offering a rare glimpse into the creature's physical appearance. This groundbreaking find has sparked renewed interest in exploring other underwater fossil sites in the region, as paleontologists believe there may be more hidden treasures waiting to be uncovered. Thanks to extremely low tides, paleontologists were able to uncover what turned out to be one of the most groundbreaking finds in dinosaur history. And for those of you wondering where that extremely long name came from, it was named in honor of the Alaskan legend of Gunnicodite, a sea monster that would allegedly bring good fortune to those that saw it. By extension, the good luck of low tide allowed the paleontologists to find and see the thalattosaur. Number 7. Gorgonops. Trust me, I haven't made this up. The Gorgonops was a very real creature that roamed the Earth some 250 million years ago, and of course it was unique, which is a polite way of saying weird. In 1998, paleontologists from the South African Museum and the University of Washington discovered the world's first complete fossil of the Gorgonopsid. The Gorgonopsid was an aggressive predator that had both reptile and mammal traits, which worked together to create a pretty unique combination. For decades, it split scientists, some of whom believed that the animal's legs were held beneath the body like mammals, and some who believed they were splayed on the sides of the body like reptiles. The discovery of the complete fossil helped settle this debate, revealing that the Gorgonopsid's legs were positioned beneath its body, giving it a more upright posture and allowing for greater speed and agility. Its long, saber-like canine teeth were its most fearsome feature, capable of delivering devastating bites to its prey. Paleontologists believe that the Gorgonopsid was a highly efficient predator, using its sharp teeth and powerful jaws to take down large herbivores of the time. The creature's skull structure also suggests that it had a strong bite force, making it one of the top predators in its ecosystem. This discovery has provided valuable insights into the evolution of early mammal-like reptiles, showing how they began to develop traits that would later be seen in true mammals. The Gorgonopsid's unique combination of features has made it a fascinating subject for scientists studying the transition from reptiles to mammals. But something all experts agreed on was that these creatures were the largest predators of the late Paleozoic era and one of the most ferocious that ever lived. While Gorgonops fossils had been found in China and Russia, none of them had been complete. Now, however, we have a fully completed fossil of this fearsome animal, and we can all breathe easy knowing this odd thing is not still out there doing weird reptilian-mammal hybrid stuff. That's a thing, right? Number 6. Allosaurus. Sorry to disappoint, but it's not a Cockney dinosaur. My search is still going on for that one. The Allosaurus jimitseni is actually a brand new species of carnivorous dinosaur that once wandered free in western North America some hundreds of millions of years ago. To be specific, the Allosaurus existed around 155 million years ago, making it one of the oldest species of Allosaurus anywhere in the world. The Allosaurus is one of a group of dinosaurs known as the Allosauroids, which were a group of two-legged carnivorous dinosaurs that roamed the Earth during the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. The Allosaurids ranged from small creatures to big ones, but the Allosaurus jimitseni was apparently the most common and top predator in its ecosystem. Fossil evidence suggests that this dinosaur had a powerful bite, with sharp, serrated teeth designed to tear through flesh and crush bone. Its skull was lightweight yet strong, allowing it to deliver quick, precise attacks on its prey. Paleontologists believe that the Allosaurus jimitseni likely hunted in packs, using teamwork to take down larger herbivores like stegosaurs and sauropods. The discovery of this species has provided valuable insights into the evolution of predatory dinosaurs, particularly how they adapted to their environments over millions of years. The fossilized remains of Allosaurus jimitseni were so well preserved that scientists were able to study its bone structure in detail, revealing clues about its growth patterns and hunting strategies. This species' dominance in its ecosystem highlights just how successful the Allosauroids were as apex predators during the Jurassic period. With long legs, arms, and an expansive tail, experts say that this animal was likely one of the most fearsome dinosaurs you could find back in the day. While Jurassic Park may not have featured the Allosaurus, there's little doubt for many paleontologists that this was one of the most formidable predators of the Jurassic era. There were likely very few animals that managed to survive an encounter with them. Number 5. Halscaraptor esquilii. Another unpronounceable name, another intimidating dinosaur. They just keep on coming, don't they? This one is kind of what you'd get if you combined a swan with a killer dinosaur. Brand new dinosaur, it has to be studied from a scientific point of view, and let's be honest, we all want to see that, don't we? This dinosaur is one of the more relatively recent of the prehistoric clan, existing around 71 to 75 million years ago. It's almost notable by its swan-like neck, the razor-sharp killer claws on its feet, and its duck-billed snout. Clearly, this animal was built to swim around the water, but it's pretty clear just from the appearance of the creature that this was not your ordinary dinosaur. Even paleontologists agree with that conclusion. The Halscaraptor's unique anatomy suggests it was highly adapted for both swimming and walking, making it one of the most versatile predators of its time. Its long, flexible neck likely allowed it to hunt fish and other small aquatic creatures with precision, much like modern-day herons. The dinosaur's forelimbs, which resemble flippers, further support the idea that it was an excellent swimmer, capable of navigating rivers and lakes with ease. Researchers have also noted that its sharp claws and strong legs would have made it a formidable predator on land, giving it an edge over other dinosaurs in its ecosystem. The discovery of Halscaraptor has provided valuable insights into the diversity of dromaeosaurids, a group of feathered dinosaurs closely related to modern birds. This amphibious lifestyle makes it one of the most fascinating and unusual dinosaurs ever discovered, challenging our understanding of how dinosaurs adapted to their environments. While most dinosaurs are known to be either land-based or air-based, the Halscaraptor was an amphibious dino, and as our research has shown us, that's not one of the most popular mixes. The Halscaraptor was discovered in 2017 when a set of fossils were illegally smuggled out of Mongolia. This single illegal act brought the creature to the world's attention, and even if you couldn't pronounce it, you definitely noticed it, right? Number 4. Woolly mammoth. It's kind of nuts to think about, but ancient humans apparently treated the woolly mammoth as we do rats. Yep, at one time, hunters set up what can only be described as mammoth traps to capture these humongous creatures. In 2019, 14 mammoth skeletons were found in Mexico, caught in what would appear to be human-built traps that dated back some 15,000 years. According to experts, the human hunters would have chased the mammoths into the traps with torches and branches, like what the angry mob did in the 2001 classic Shrek. There's your daily Shrek reference, kids. Archaeologists were apparently pretty shocked by the find because it was a generally held belief that early humans would only kill mammoths if the animals had been trapped or hurt. The traps, of course, suggest otherwise. These pits were carefully constructed, measuring around 6 feet deep and 80 feet wide, with walls steep enough to prevent the mammoths from escaping once they fell in. The discovery also revealed evidence of butchering, with cut marks on the bones indicating that the hunters systematically harvested meat, bones, and even tusks. Experts believe that the mammoths provided not only food but also materials for tools, clothing, and possibly even shelter. This find has challenged the long-standing idea that early humans were primarily scavengers, showing instead that they were capable of complex planning and teamwork. The traps also suggest that these ancient hunters had a deep understanding of mammoth behavior, using their knowledge to outsmart the massive creatures. Some researchers have even speculated that these organized hunts may have contributed to the eventual extinction of mammoths, as humans became more efficient predators. It was mammoth season or duck season. It's hard to tell them apart sometimes. The consensus now is that early humans would organize hunts of mammoths, though the reason for it is currently unknown. Maybe they were just ahead of their time, and this was their idea of mousetrap. Could happen. Number 3. Giant dinosaur. I think everyone has collectively accepted that there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of dinosaurs that once roamed the Earth that we still don't know about. But in 2018, researchers at the University of Johannesburg discovered a new one. The researchers uncovered the bones of a new species of giant dinosaur that roamed the Earth over 200 million years ago. This animal weighed over 24,000 pounds and measured some 13 feet in length. That's twice the size of an elephant. During their lifetime, these creatures were the largest animals living on Earth, and that's not the only notable thing about them. The dinosaur, named Legemahadi Mafube, which means a giant thunderclap at dawn in the Sesotho language, was a groundbreaking discovery for paleontologists. Its unique bone structure suggests that it walked on all fours but had a more upright posture than later sauropods, making it a transitional species. Researchers believe that this dinosaur lived in what is now South Africa, in a lush, forested environment that provided plenty of food for such a massive herbivore. The discovery has also shed light on the early evolution of sauropods, showing how they gradually developed their iconic long necks and massive size. The fossilized bones were so well preserved that scientists were able to analyze growth rings, similar to those in trees, to determine the dinosaur's age and growth patterns. This find has sparked renewed interest in the early Jurassic period, a time when dinosaurs were rapidly diversifying and dominating ecosystems. According to the researchers, these animals are the distant ancestors of the sauropods, the dinosaurs we all know from the Jurassic Park franchise. I imagine it's only a matter of time before we see them in a sequel then, or real life if Jurassic Park turns out to be a prediction. Of course, this is likely not the last species of dinosaur that will be discovered in our lifetime. Technology has allowed us to find new species seemingly every year, and there seems to be no limit to how many dinos were wandering the Earth. It's kind of amazing they died out at all when you think about it. Maybe Jurassic Park is a prediction, huh? Lord help us. Number 2. Horned dinosaur. Sure, there were probably many dinosaurs with horns, but how many of them have the horns in their name? Correct? None. Actually, we're just calling it the horned dinosaur out of convenience. I mean, the dinosaur's real name is Cretendenceratops krzyzanowski, but you're nuts if you think I'm going to be pronouncing that the whole time. In 2018, the fossil of this mysterious dinosaur was discovered inside 73-million-year-old rocks in southern Arizona. After some intense analysis and study, paleontologists concluded that this creature belonged to a group of horned dinosaurs known as centrosaurines. This particular species measured around 11 feet in length and weighed around 3/4 of a ton, which is impressive for a plant eater. The unique shape of its frill and horns suggests that it may have used them for both defense and display, possibly to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Paleontologists also noted that the horns were unusually curved compared to other centrosaurines, making the species stand out even more. The discovery has provided valuable insights into the diversity of horned dinosaurs in North America during the late Cretaceous period. Researchers believe that the environment where the fossil was found, near an ancient lake, would have been lush and full of vegetation, making it an ideal habitat for herbivores like Cretendenceratops. The fossil's excellent preservation has allowed scientists to study its bone structure in detail, revealing clues about its growth patterns and lifestyle. This find has also raised questions about how many other unknown dinosaur species might still be hidden in the fossil-rich regions of the American Southwest. This horn is a different color, slightly lighter than the other parts of the bone. The fossil, which was found along the side of a large lake, suggests that the dinosaur was alive and thriving during the late Cretaceous era, and somehow, nobody even knew it existed until just a few years ago. The lesson is clear: dinosaurs are everywhere, you just don't know it. Number 1. Humans. Yep. Bet you didn't know that there was a whole new species of human discovered recently. We are apparently not the only humans to have wandered the Earth, although let's be honest, we like to think that, don't we? Was doing something that, until this moment, we thought was unique to modern humans. Many years ago, scientists exploring the Philippine island of Luzon discovered 7 teeth and a few bones that were believed to belong to a then-unknown human species. The discovery led the species to be named Homo luzonensis, after the island. However, the bones were tiny, which led many to conclude that these humans would be under 4 feet tall. The small stature of these species has led some researchers to theorize that they may have evolved in isolation, a phenomenon known as insular dwarfism, which occurs on islands with limited resources. The teeth of Homo luzonensis were particularly fascinating, as they showed a mix of primitive and modern traits, suggesting a complex evolutionary history. This discovery has raised questions about how many other unknown human species might still be waiting to be uncovered in remote parts of the world. Some scientists believe that these species may have interacted with early modern humans, potentially sharing knowledge or even interbreeding. The lack of tools or artifacts associated with these species has made it difficult to fully understand their way of life, leaving much of their story a mystery. And that's just one species. In 2007, The second species of small human was found in Indonesia on the island of Flores. While they were initially referred to as the hobbit, they were soon given the name Homo floresiensis, which is less catchy. These species lived around 50,000 years ago alongside our own species, the Neanderthals. But the questions remain: how did they move around, and who were their ancestors? As yet, science has been unable to answer these questions, but we can just continue to believe that the world revolves around us. Isn't that the human way? Did you know about any of these prehistoric creatures? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to check out our other cool videos showing up on the screen right now. See you next time.